Now on Coast TV News.
We have the threat of severe thunderstorms in our area. We are under that watch right now, keeping a close eye on storms tracking through Virginia. That's going to begin to curve in our direction. And with yesterday's history of tornadoes, it's like we're sitting on a power keg of concern.
Hotel for the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk moving to a public hearing. How locals feel about it.
High fines could be coming to Ocean City stores on the boardwalk. What those fines are going to look like, we'll tell you coming up.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
We begin with a live look right now into Laurel. You can see some clouds on the horizon and a lot more to come. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with weather at the moment and the weather that's on the way.
Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, first and foremost, we want to make sure that you understand we are literally sitting on the edge of something just popping off very quickly. All the conditions, all the ingredients are in place for thunderstorms to kick off. And because it's so dangerously warm, we need to give you a heads up at the top of the newscast. First of all, we're at a level 2 of concern from the Storm Prediction Center. So we're watching out for short-lived isolated intensity storms and possibly 1 or 2 tornadoes because that's just the kind of conditions that we have set up. And that's all of the peninsula. We are right now under a severe thunderstorm watch in all of Sussex and, to be quite honest, all of Delmarva. That threat will stay in play until about 9 o'clock. And there's been a delay in the latest model run indicating we're going to probably see this closer to 9 o'clock where the worst of the storms are likely to hit. Here's a wider view of what we're talking about. So it's encompassing the entire mid-Atlantic. So we see these storms here like in Richmond. They're literally popping in out of nowhere. So we're talking about 5 to 10 minute window of opportunity where they could explode and erupt into strong storms, similar to the conditions we had yesterday. Now, mentioning that, which is why we're pressing this issue. You see all these markers highlighting the tornadoes that hit throughout portions of Maryland yesterday? Well, see, it started out towards the west and it worked its way to the east pretty steadily. Now, that same general movement is what we're looking at to the south here coming out of Richmond because the same amount of moisture that's pulling in this direction is going to set us up with the complement of the dew point temperatures being escalated and of the air temperature in the 80s. That's just way too much in the way of thermodynamic energy that we could ignore the possibility of threatening weather in our neck of the woods. So please keep that in mind. Please keep in mind also that we're going to continue to monitor how things are going to be shaping up over the next few hours. And it's touch and go, okay? Tomorrow's not necessarily a problem, but tonight will be our primary concern. We will track the latest of the storm and keep you updated as this develops. Until then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you. We'll keep an eye on that. For the past few years, the Papa John family has been working to bring the Belhaven Hotel back to Rehoboth Beach. The family owned the original Belhaven back in the 1930s. The proposed 4-story hotel would sit above where Candy Kitchen currently is on the boardwalk. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber tells us why locals have conflicting opinions about the project as it heads to a public hearing on Friday.
Imagine walking on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk and you see a hotel right here. Well, a builder is looking to do just that. But Karen Benedict, a longtime visitor to the nation's summer capital, thinks the hotel will make the area look too crowded.
Yeah, I don't think I would like it too much because it would take away the quaintness of the town. It's nice to come family-wise.
The proposed Belhaven Hotel would be 4 stories high with retail space on the bottom and an underground parking garage. Back in the 1930s, there was a Belhaven Hotel right where the new Belhaven Hotel is proposed to go above Candy Kitchen. Other people told Coast TV the hotel would help bring more business to the area and it would bring back a part of history. Sam Hosella isn't totally against the idea, but he wonders if farther down the boardwalk would be a better fit due to traffic in the main circle.
Hotels are needed. A lot of them are always full in the summertime.
The public hearing for the proposed Belhaven Hotel that is proposed to go right behind me is scheduled for Friday, June 7th at 1:30. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Offshore wind is a very heated topic along the coast. Just yesterday, protesters for and against gathered at a meeting hosted by Denrick and Lewis. If you couldn't make it, there is another opportunity for you to state your opinions on the proposed wind farm permit in Maryland now. The Department of Environment and U.S. Wind, they will meet June 13th at the Ocean City Convention Center. This is specific now, the air permit for Maryland's offshore wind project. Coming up on Coast TV News at 6, we're taking another look at the next steps in the wind farm projects and hurdles that are standing in the way. And that does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your main concern with those wind farms? Let's take a look at the results.
Yeah, let's see what we have here on the numbers. And you can tell right now, you've got a lot of different options. Visual impact actually lower than marine life. 78% there is what we're looking at. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. Stores on the boardwalk could face some bigger fines for violations. Every store along the Ocean City Boardwalk, they have to follow a set of rules. It regulates how far out onto the boardwalk they can put their merchandise and also what types of items can be placed outside for the public. You can see some of that on your screen right now. The first offense at the moment, that's just a verbal warning, but if the Planning Commission adopts some newly proposed rules, that first fine would bump up to $500, a fine that some people at least think is a little too high.
That $500 seems a little steep for the first offense. Now, I understand what they're trying to do. I would down it to at least $100.
For first offense.
For the first offense.
The Ocean City Council will be having their first reading on the proposed display ordinance change on June 17th.
Nothing left but rubble. We're taking you there. The former Delaware State Police Troop 7 building that stood along Route 1, it's gone. Demolition began earlier this week. In 2019, troopers moved out and into a new building on Mulberry Knoll Road. Shortly after, the old Troop 7, it was a homeless shelter for Code Purple. But as you can see, this is all that remains today, and for 5 years, the building has been vacant.
New tonight on day 4 of the historic case, there was key testimony in Hunter Biden's federal gun trial. Hallie Biden, the widow of Hunter's brother Beau, took the stand. The two had had a romantic relationship after Beau's death. NBC's Bree Jackson gives a look at what happened today in court.
Hallie Biden, widow of Hunter Biden's brother Beau, providing emotional testimony. She was romantically involved with him when he purchased the firearm at the center of this case. While on the witness stand, she said she found the gun in Hunter's car, panicked, and then threw the gun in a trash can at this Delaware grocery store. She said Hunter was angry when he found out. Prosecutors using her testimony and text messages to paint Hunter Biden as an active drug user at the time he purchased that gun on October 12, 2018, pointing to a text exchange 2 days later on October 14th, where Hunter wrote, "I was sleeping on a car smoking crack." Hallie getting personal about her own drug use, saying, "It was a terrible experience that I went through, and I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed of that period of my life." A sensitive moment putting a spotlight on struggles with substance abuse.
I think that it will play a role in this, and it could be to Hunter Biden's benefit.
During cross-examination, Hallie Biden acknowledged that she did not see Hunter using drugs during the time frame when he bought the gun, supporting the defense's point that he did not knowingly lie when checking no on a federal background check form.
The defense is that when Hunter filled out that form saying that he wasn't a drug addict or user, that was true at that time.
Hunter Biden has pleaded not guilty to the charges, saying they are politically motivated. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Iowa voters voted in their primary Tuesday for the narrowly divided U.S. House, as well as the Republican-controlled state legislature. One race in the 3rd Congressional District may play a decisive role in determining which party will win control of the chamber in November. Still, voter turnout was down compared to past primaries. One reason being the division in national parties has turned off voters who consider themselves independent.
Coming up, the success story of the once endangered eagle population and how they are now thriving here in Delaware.
And we've just run the models. A fresh run is indicating that we're looking at a squall line of storms, according to our models, that might be delayed until 8 o'clock, but we're still under the threat of severe weather at least until 9.
First, remarks from President Biden on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. That is up next.
Find gifts that say, I love your style on Macy's Gift Finder. Plus, take an extra 30% off designer brands that rarely go on sale and 15% off fragrances, too. Today at Macy's Friends and Family.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
Oh, I'm a stick. Made out of stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs dog healthy.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Life, constantly moving forward. But with Medicare approaching, take it from Highmark. Life's also about looking back, building on what's good and reliable from your past to create something for the future that's still familiar, true, and kind of effortless. That's how Highmark's always approached healthcare too, constantly innovating to bring you a Medicare experience that fits your life, now and moving forward. Because life. Highmark.
Refresh your style with H&H Furniture and Appliances in Pocomoke. Bring in spring with our huge in-stock furniture selection. Ask about our prompt delivery and up to 12 months interest-free financing. Try out our full range of Serta mattresses, America's #1 mattress brand. Browse our full line of competitively priced appliances like Speed Queen and trust our professional and experienced service and installation team. Make your home a reflection of you at H&H Furniture and Appliances in Pocomoke.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are in Normandy, France, to mark 80 years since D-Day. A large event was held at the site of the American Cemetery in Normandy. The site overlooks Omaha Beach. It's the final resting place for over 9,000 Americans who died during World War II. At today's ceremony, several veterans who took part in that historic military operation joined the president on stage to remember those who paid the ultimate price for freedom.
From the sea and sky, nearly 160,000 Allied troops descended on Normandy. Many, to state the obvious, never came home. Many survived that longest day, kept on fighting for months until victory was finally won.
The president also asked if today's generation would meet the challenge and stand up against Russia's invasion of Ukraine and once again defend democracy.
New today, Governor John Carney has ordered Delaware flags to be lowered to half staff at all state facilities tomorrow. This is to honor former state representative and Wilmington City Councilman Joseph G. DiPinto on the day of his burial.
Right now, as we're running the latest model runs, we're looking at going through Georgetown by 8 o'clock. But then, as going to 8:30, 9 o'clock, we're seeing a fast-moving storm system. We are still under a severe thunderstorm threat until 9 o'clock. I'm going to fill you in all the latest details, so don't go anywhere.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
America's favorite car show makes its Dover debut with cool cars, cool people, and good time. It's the first ever Good Guys First Grundy Insurance Mid-Atlantic National, and it's all happening this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Check out over 2,000 of the Northeast's baddest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross racing action, a tire smoke and burnout competition, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, and so much more. And it's all going down this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Get details at good-guys.com.
Scrambler, Ferris wheel, oyster sandwiches. The Hebron Fireman's Carnival is here. Bingo is ready to go and funnel cakes are ready to eat. Stop by for a family tradition of fun with rides, food, and games. Plus, this year the fire department is raffling off a Candy electric golf cart with trailer. Hebron Fireman's Carnival. Kitchen opens at 6:30, rides at 7:15. Go to HebronVFD.com for dates and times. Hebron Fireman's Carnival, located on Main Street next to the firehouse in Hebron.
Discover the craftsmanship behind each Berica home. With each factory tour, you'll embark on a 60-minute journey of innovation and precision. Step into a world where your future home comes to life. Call our office to schedule your factory tour today.
You hear of more and more families choosing cremation, but you probably still have questions. The Holloway family has been helping local families understand and navigate the options for 140 years. We recognized the importance of having Delmarva's first on-site crematory. Whether you choose a celebration of life with cremation, a witnessed cremation, or cremation without a ceremony, everyone is treated with dignity and respect. That's the difference family makes. Holloway Funeral Home in Salisbury and Pocomoke.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
You know, some people are just naturally in tune with nature, and if you have that eerie feeling today, there's science to back up that unsettled feeling you have right now in the form of severe weather threat in our area, and it is immediate even if we can't see it just quite now. We are under a level 2 concern for severe weather threat for today, meaning scattered showers that could be short-lived, isolated storms that could be intense, slight chance of possible tornadoes. Because of yesterday's storms, it makes us a little gun-shy about today. That's why I'm not necessarily crying wolf, so to speak. I just don't want us to be caught by surprise by this, because that's how fast these storms can pop off because of so much thermodynamic energy in place. I'm going to state and make my case for you in just a moment. Just hang with me for just a little bit. First of all, initially, we have an active severe thunderstorm watch for all of Sussex until 9 o'clock, meaning we have all the ingredients in place for severe storms, not just in Sussex, also in Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester, all of Delmarva until 9 o'clock. That's the time frame of the threat. Now, we also have a history of some storm damage, wind damage on Odessa, so we're not necessarily concerned about tornadoes, but straight line wind damage could be the concern. See, this is what happened yesterday. You see this line of tornadoes that marched its way throughout northern portions of Maryland? Well, we had conditions similar to yesterday for today, but today it's even hotter, okay? And so that's why we're concerned about it. And then we have a cold front that's beginning to push through, and the cold front is typically the trigger mechanism that would touch off some of these storms. Now, you'll notice down to the south, we see these strong storms down in Richmond and all of that, and they're firing up with little to no push inspiration or warning. So this watch is in place. We're not under a warning, but we are under a watch. So here's what to expect. First of all, scattered rain coming in from the west. That's a given. Secondly, this is going to be a quick moving system. So whenever it does hit, it scurries along very fast. And we're concerned about straight line winds, not necessarily tornadoes. Tornadoes are a possibility, but I consider that an outlier as far as possibilities. And of course, just as a reminder, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for our entire viewing area until 9 o'clock. So let's make the case. This is our short-term model. And this model we've been running over and over again, getting the latest run. This is the latest run here, and we're looking at it being delayed. It was supposed to be here at 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Now the latest run is indicating at 8 o'clock. Folks, this is weather. It's live. We have to update things. This is why you got to keep watching each one of our newscasts. But this is the line that we're expecting along Highway 13 at 8 o'clock this evening. And then as we go into 8:30, we're looking at a cell here possibly near Willards. And it moves quickly out of the way. You see by 9 o'clock how everything moves that quickly? That quick movement indicates a lot of the kinetic energy that's connected to this system as it pushes through. Why am I concerned? We've got too much heat in place to ignore it. 5 degrees to 7 degrees warmer right now, but here's where the air temperatures are right now, in the 80s. These are Mississippi numbers here with the air temperature. But take a look at this. I know this means little to you and it's a science nerd thing, but this part I need you to watch. If the dew point temperature is above 65, you got to watch out for bad weather. Watch this. Look, 70s across the board. The fact that we don't have a thunderstorm right now means that somebody's prayers are powerful right now. That's about the only reason. So we're looking at this area of concern, pushing on through, and we're going to be concerned about it until we get to, let's say, 9 o'clock. And when you take a look at the rain forecast expectation, you see how little the rain is? Because we're not looking at a slow, sluggish moving storm that would kill itself as it pushes through. Then we run a different model. This is our European model. And you notice at 9 o'clock, Broadkill Beach, Long Neck. This model is indicating that we're going to have some trouble during that time frame too, okay? Then I change gears here, and I'm just going to skip to the winds out of the southwest initially. That's where the feeding of the moisture comes in, and the winds don't even shift until we get to Friday. What about the most southern portion of our viewing area? 8 o'clock again. See, all of these models are weaving together at the exact same time for the first time all season. I don't like it. That's why I'm telling you. This cell right here near Snow Hill at 8 o'clock, I'm concerned about this because look at how this is coming from here, this direction, and this direction. A convergence is happening here. If that happens in the upper atmosphere, we're going to have some more problems here as that begins to push on through. So all that being said, I want us to be mindful of what happens here because for the rest of the forecast, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're not looking at any problems after today. Today is going to be the only day where we're going to have concern for severe weather. So as we begin to take a look at our expectations, remember, as you take a look at our 7-day forecast, we're concerned about tonight. After that, we'll be able to catch our breath.
Paul, thank you. Hey, here's some good news. In 2023, DENREC conducted a count of eagles' nests in the first state. They were once endangered. Now, the decline of the mighty bird was due to pesticides, hunting, loss of habitats. But thanks to protections put in place, the eagle is now a success story. And they say an example of how public policy can safeguard nature. Over the course of 2 days, one of DENREC's biologists reported eagles' nests were up and down the state. And if you're having a bad week or a great week, just sign up right here to our Feel Good Friday newsletter. We have features, fun things to do, and more. And you can sign up for it right now on our website or just use that QR code. We'll be right back.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Muscle pain slowing you down? Invest in your health and wellness with Hot Spring Spas at Delaware Hot Tub Company in Lewis. Made with top-of-the-line technologies for a remarkable hydrotherapy experience. Clean and easy, 5 times the filtration and self-monitoring that tells you what it needs to maintain natural-feeling water. With personalized control and multi-level seating to target muscle groups and provide comfort. At Delaware Hot Tub Company, we believe your hot tub should take care of you, not the other way around. Visit Delaware Hot Tub Company in Lewis today.
For decades, John B. Parsons has been a sanctuary tailored to the needs of its residents. We are excited to now bring the same award-winning care to your home with Harrison Health at Home. Our family of experienced caregivers can help you maintain your independence in the comfort of your own home. Or, following an incident, our Bridge to Home program can help you with a temporary assisted living stay and personalized transition plan to get you back home. Harrison Senior Living, our family taking care of yours for 50 years.
Harrington Raceway and Casino and Bet Rivers have come together to give you Delaware's must-play online casino and sportsbook, featuring hundreds of exciting slots and table games. Plus, with non-stop sports betting action, you'll know you're where winners play. Sign up now and we'll cover 24 hours of casino losses up to $250, or get a second chance sports bet up to $250. Bet Rivers and Harrington Raceway and Casino. It's where winners play. Download the app today.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently, so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us. Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
In health news, a review published in the journal The Lancet Psychiatry on Wednesday looked at the pros and the cons of antidepressants. Some people are reluctant to take the medication, fearing what could happen if they ever want to stop taking them one day. That risk has now been quantified thanks to a new review of 79 studies totaling more than 21,000 adult participants. Roughly 15% of those who discontinued antidepressants did experience some withdrawal symptoms, including insomnia, nausea, and headaches.
Sussex Pride is encouraging Delawareans to take charge of their sexual health by participating in National HIV Testing Day on June 27th. This year, Sussex Pride has partnered with STD Check to offer free HIV and syphilis testing at over 20 locations across the state of Delaware.
And it looks like we're going to have an updated COVID-19 vaccine this fall. The FDA's vaccine advisors agreed on Wednesday to ask manufacturers to update the formula to address the JN1 variant. The Infectious Disease Society of America says JN1 and two other variants, KP2 and KP3, are the most common versions of the virus circulating right now. While COVID was responsible for 500,000 hospitalizations and 40,000 deaths last fall and winter, not a lot of people are sick with COVID at the moment, with only about 3 or 4% of those tested having positive results. We're going to be right back.
Summer means Beat the Peak season for Delaware Electric Cooperative members. Our co-op issues Beat the Peak alerts when the cost of energy is highest. During peak alerts, we ask members to voluntarily conserve energy, lowering our overall cost for power. Download our Beat the Peak app to receive alerts when it's time to save. If you own a programmable thermostat or electric vehicle, you could also receive billing credits when you conserve. DEC's rates are the lowest in the region. Beat the Peak and help us keep energy costs affordable.
Patty was driving home from the grocery store thinking about what to make for dinner. Carl was driving home from the sports bar having had 3 shots of whiskey and a pitcher of beer. Unfortunately, when the light turned red, Carl didn't notice and crashed into Patty, sending her to the hospital. Patty fought for her life. We fought for her justice. Folks, if you've been injured in a car accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
At FH Fur, we know that a dripping faucet isn't just a nuisance. It's your home crying for help. That's why we say no to dispatch fees and goodbye to diagnostic charges. With our Get a Plumber in Your Home for Free promise, we focus on what really matters, solving your plumbing woes. Whether it's a stubborn clog, a running toilet, or a water heater on the fritz, we bring knowledge, experience, and professionalism right to your doorstep, free.
Call Fur. FH Fur. FHFur.com.
Before we sign off, we want to recap where we are right now with the severe weather threat. We're at a level 2 with scattered, short-lived, isolated, intense storms of possibility for all of Delmarva. And that translates into a severe thunderstorm watch. It's in effect until 9 o'clock for right now. We also have an update for you on our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. Once again, just a quick reminder as we go to our 10-day forecast. Severe thunderstorm watch means all the ingredients in place until 9 o'clock. It's not a warning yet, and we're keeping a close eye on that, and we'll track that for you, keep you updated. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. After we get past tonight's stormy weather, then we'll be okay for a few days in a row till we get to, let's say, next Wednesday or Thursday. But let's also watch out for that heat.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more of our local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.